Values and variables are one of the most important concepts in any programming language, and JavaScript is no different. Let's start with values. Simply a piece of data, like number like 5, a sequence of characters, or a string, like hello world, a boolean value, true or false. It's like a switch, on or off. A collection of these things called an array, with square brackets indicating the start and the ends of the array. So we put things like this, separated by commas. If you notice, this is similar to what we logged onto the console in the last episode. We did something like this. Now we can't really do much to these values unless we save them into a variable. A variable is like a labeled container. You can put something in there to save it and use it whenever you need it. There's some terminology that's useful to understand. We can declare a variable and we can assign a value to a variable. Let's declare a variable, let's favorites food. Notice how I named it with a lowercase for favorites and uppercase for food. This is called camel case, and it's a common convention for naming variables. This makes it easy to read. Easier to read than if the F is not capitalized. The variable name should be meaningful to help your code be easily readable to other people and even you, because believe me, you're gonna forget what the variable does eventually. So it's not a good idea to have a variable called, I don't know, A. You don't know what A means or what kinds of values that it's going to have, but favorite food, it's pretty self-explanatory. This is going to have someone's favorite food. There's other conventions such as snake case, so like this, favorite food with underscore characters here. This is used more in other languages like Python or database languages. Not in JavaScript. This is more often used, so we'll stick with that. Kebab case, it's like this, favorite hyphen food. Now for JavaScript, this doesn't work. You can see it's highlighted differently. If we save it and then reload this, you can see there's a uncaught syntax error, index file 6, so 6 and 14, so the 14th column. So this is unrecognized, so we cannot have this in variable names, but we can use them in a file name. So if we have a file called favoritefood.js, this is quite common to see in JavaScript projects. So throughout the series, we'll be following this convention. Okay, as a quick recap, we will be naming our variables using camel case, and we'll be using kebab case to name our files. Let's assign a value to the variable. So we can do that by typing it again. What we can do to make it faster, we can double click, copy, and paste. Equals to assign a value, and let's make it into a string by using double quotes or single quotes, doesn't matter. And let's make it fried chicken. So our favorite food is the string fried chicken. See how we didn't use let here again? So you can't do this because otherwise we would be redeclaring this variable favorite food, and we can't do that. Let's see what happens. Uncaught syntax error, identifier favorite food has already been declared. We can't have that. Just remove that. We can also do the declaration, so let favorite food, and the assignment in one line. So let favorite food equals fried chicken. Let's try to console log our variable. So instead of typing fried chicken in here, that works still, fried chicken, but you can also type in the variable here and just put it here. It's like a container, remember? So you can just put the container in here and it will just open that container which contains fried chicken. So if you reload, it does the same thing as before. You can change the value of this variable to pizza, and let's console log this a second time. So if you reload this, you can see fried chicken for this line and pizza for this line. Variables are case sensitive, so we cannot do something like that, favorite food, because it won't recognize it. So if we reload, uncaught reference error, favorite food with a lowercase f is not defined because we haven't declared this variable before. We've declared this one with a uppercase f, but not the lowercase f. What if we name the variable let? So you have let equals fried chicken. Uncaught syntax error, let is disallowed as a lexically bound name. What this means is you cannot use special keywords in variables. So let is a special keyword because it's used for declaring variables, and we cannot use that in a variable name. Let's use the other keyword, const. Const favorite food equals fried chicken, and let's console log it. Reload, and it's working right there. Let's try to change the value of favorite food. Reload this. Uncaught type error. Assignment to constant variable. So const means constant, which means this variable can never change. You might be wondering, why should we use constant instead of let? Because you can change the value of a let variable. It helps other people reading our code, including ourselves, know that this variable can never change. Okay, as an exercise to test out the skills you've learned, let's make 3 variables. The first one is your name, second one is your age, and the third one is a Boolean variable whether you are in school. And then we can console log it. Pause the video and try to solve this by yourself.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Okay, so let's make my name. So const or let, you can use let as well. Let's say my name. Let's say Alex is my name. And now my age, or I could just do age is equal to 25. And a Boolean variable whether you are in school. Let's make a variable is in school is equal to false. And finally, let's console log it. My name, comma, age, comma, is in school. So you can log as many variables as you want. You save that, reload, and there we go. Alex 25 false. A good tip when naming Boolean variables is to phrase it like a question. Is in school false. Is in school true. Is a student true. Is a student false. Let's do a recap. A variable is like a labeled container, and we can use it when it's needed. We learned how to declare variables using let or const. We learned how to assign a value to a variable. You can change the value of a let variable but not a const variable. And finally, we follow camel case convention for naming variables. Alright, got it? Easy.